What's good, Wo fam? Today we about to be watching The Truth About Interracial Dating by Antonio Speaks. I really fuck with this nigga videos. He be speaking some real shit. We gonna start reacting to his videos way more often. I actually thought this topic was very interesting, considering the fact that I've done a lot of interracial dating myself. I'm willing to see what he has to say about that.
Interracial dating. Now, at one point in time in American history, this was not legal to do so. In fact, it was only 50 years ago. June 12, 1967, interracial marriage was legalized by the Supreme Court decision in Loving versus Virginia. Now, in 2025, we see interracial couples on a daily. Hispanic and blacks together, Asian and whites together, but the most common, and the one we're going to be highlighting in today's video, black and white relationships. Now,
black and white. A lot of people who know me in real life probably gonna end up seeing this video, so let me get that out the way right now. I'm basically about to explain kinda a short version of my life story. So basically, I grew up in a place where it was like strictly all black people. Like when I tell you all black people, bro, all black people. I grew up in a hood in Chicago. I grew up in Inglewood on the south side of Chicago. The women, they were all black, obviously. As far as what I've seen there, and I'm not a self-hating black man. I know a lot of people, when they hear the shit that I got to say about this topic, they be like, oh, you hate your own race. No, that's not the case. But where I was from, I met a lot of cool women, but they were all always like ghetto. And I knew that that wasn't what I wanted in a woman. You feel me? And I hadn't even seen a white woman for real unless it was on TV. And the reason for me liking white women was because I hated black women. Like, no, it wasn't no shit like that. It was just like I just specifically hated certain traits on any race. Like, I'm pretty sure there's tons and tons of fucking black women that are like perfect soulmates and perfect in relationships and shit. It's just like wasn't there where I was. I had eventually ended up moving to Wisconsin. Let's just say Wisconsin's now overflowing with black people. When I moved to Wisconsin, I was just around a lot more white people in general. The first girl I ever fell in love with was a white woman. Like I said, this wasn't because I disliked black women, but it was just natural. I talked to her for a long time. I think we talked for like years, and we ended up liking each other. It wasn't like a fetish or anything like that, because genuinely I don't really give a fuck what race somebody is, but I just know like what in my mind, just because of where I was from, all I had seen was like, okay, the black women I was around when I was here acted like this, and now that I'm here, the white women that I'm around act like this. And I really did like the personalities of a lot of the women that I was around when I had moved to Wisconsin. But now that I'm older, out of high school and shit like that, I kind of just look at shit from a different point of view. I see that like every ethnicity has its flaws, and every individual person has their flaws. As I became an adult and I was still experiencing with white women, sometimes I'll talk to white women and they entertain black guys and shit like that, but when it comes to actually wanting to settle down and have a real relationship, they go back to the white man. So I feel like that was God just kind of teaching me a lesson to like stop, just going for people for their race, I guess. Because I at one point I really did just start fucking with white women just because of the first girl I ever had. I just thought every white woman would act like that, and that wasn't the case at all. But I've definitely been open to dating any race. I actually have been wanting to date black women, but I don't think that black women really fuck with me. So I kind of just, whatever fucks with me, I fuck with. I've always been that type of person. I feel like I just always drew the attention of white women, but it could also be my environment. And my environment, like I told y'all before, it's overflowing with white, but there is their fair share of black areas where I am. So
I want to say this first and foremost. Love who you love. But keywords, love. I feel like most of these interracial relationships, especially black and white ones, are founded off of fetish, man.
That's true.
Fetishes. God damn. And this is just something that has always happened in history. The hypersexualization of black men and women.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you say you like black men, but the only thing you like about them is the stereotype of a BBC, you do not like them. You fetishize them. If you say you like black men, but the only thing you like about us is the stereotype of a big butt, you do not like us. You fetishize us. We are people. We are not sex objects. We have thoughts, feelings, emotions, great conversation. We are not here for your sexual enjoyment.
We're gonna start this video off by talking about the black man and white woman combo. A lot of the times when these white women get with black men, it's either for 3 reasons. It's the fetish aspect, the rebellion aspect, or true love.
Hey guys, today I'm here with...
That is actually true. A lot of women that I've ended up talking to in my time in Wisconsin, they had families that weren't too fond of the idea of that they wanted black men. It always made me wonder, is that the reason why they like black men so much, because their family hates black people? You know, I always just question a lot of things now. I have a different stance because I research a lot of statistic information, that, you know, gives me change of thought a lot of the time. So that he made a fair point.
Riley! And...
Talia!
Okay guys, the question today is, why do you guys love black guys?
Oh, BBC!
Once you go black, you never go back.
Here where I live, there's a fair share of women that literally will date anything just because they're black. Like, there's a lot of women here who are just baby mamas because they date the bummiest black niggas possible. They just wanted some black dick.
It's just a saying to me until I experienced it myself firsthand.
I think that the black man and the white woman just liked each other. Y'all wanna know why we like y'all's black men? Because they not y'all's black men. They're not. You don't know shit. You know, way back in the day, since we gotta go way back there, you know how we were separated and there was some still sneaky stuff going on, right? But as, you know, things evolved, you know, got better, we started to mingle together, and that made a lot of us white and black folk happy. It did. And then we got to mingle together even more, and I think that the black man and the white woman just liked each other.
Now I want to get into the rebellious aspect. Most of these white men do not want their daughters talking to black men. And if you're a white person, I'm pretty sure we know those conversations y'all parents have had with y'all. Now a lot of white kids get into that rebellious phase in their life. 16, 17, 18, they don't want to listen to their parents.
About what he just said, I've had women tell me that their parents told them if they were to ever have a child with me or any black man, they would get disowned. These are real conversations that I've had with women that I dealt with before. It's really crazy.
To give them the middle finger, they go find them a black person to talk to. And this is where things get rocky, because say she gets pregnant, there's no connection, there is no understanding of each other's culture. So this is where we get into the topic of biracial with the white mom. This topic was trending on TikTok lately, and it was just stating how you could tell the difference between a biracial kid with a black mom versus a white mom.
Whether or not you other half-breeds want to digest it and understand it and take accountability for it is the fact that having a white mom is different than having a black mom, socially and psychologically. When people say that mixed kids with black moms are different than mixed kids with white moms, they're talking about the fact that mixed kids with black moms typically tend to not grow up to be coons and colorists.
Racist white people raise a daughter. That daughter decides to then become rebellious. But what does she do as an act of rebellion? She goes and sits on top of a black pen. The issue is she then makes a baby. But before the baby gets here, she has not done the work to get rid of the inherent racism that she has inside of herself.
No, but can we talk about how us biracial folks, that's me, with white moms can be the most problematic, because a lot of times our white mothers will expect us to take on identities that reflect their own because it's sacrifice.
I actually didn't know this. I don't really know too much about the flip side. What is it? Black woman, white man. I don't know too much about that. I don't see it often.
Motherhood is so severe that they kind of want their biracial black presenting children to reflect their white experience.
It's like I didn't fit in with nobody. I was constantly fighting. So
did your mother have those conversations with you about how to fit in with black boys?
She didn't know how to.
That's my point.
So, but I didn't listen to her. My mama's only response to everything is y'all better stick together. If your brother fight, you better fight. So we're constantly fighting. And then I'm getting my ass whooped because I'm fighting. But mama, you told me don't let him talk to me like that. He called me white. I'm not white. Well, you are. Well, no, I'm not. The little white kid called me a nasty name or whatever. Well, why you getting mad at them? But just overlook it. I can't overlook it. I can't overlook no white boy.
Look, man, as far as I'm concerned, if you got color in your skin, you a nigga. You are a nigga. Aside from Mexican and all that other shit, if you have any black in you, you're a nigga.
Calling me a N-word. I can't overlook that, mom.
And just even in America, going by the traditional household, the man is out working and the woman is home taking care of the kid. The white mom, she has her white mother. Her white mother has a white man. So it's like she's just going to instinctively go by the white standards. A lot of these black men that go for these white women, they kind of suppress their blackness to cater to her. Some of the times, the black men actually want that. They want to distance themselves from their blackness. So like I said, the whole foundation is just bad. Speaking of black men, let's talk about why they...
What he just said now, I cannot agree with, only because like every time I've ever dealt with like white women, me personally, it's never been that way. Like I can be myself. I don't never have to pretend to be fucking white, or you know, whatever point he was trying to make. I don't have to pretend to be someone else when I'm around their peoples or whatever. I'm kind of just unapologetically black. Obviously he's talking about what he thinks is the majority. A lot of friends that I have, they don't really seem to code switch or anything like that either, so it's not something I see. But
go after white women. The fetish aspect, white women are perceived to be quiet, feminine, non-aggressive, and things of that nature.
Black women will eventually leave you. At some point, they'll leave you. The white girl ain't going nowhere. It's the 8th time, Ben. Bitch, get back in that house. Get back in that house. I told you I went to the store.
You like white girls?
I love white girls. White girls are feminine, they're caring, they come in different hair colors, different eye colors, they have their own unique touch to them.
Number 2, they are self-hating. They don't like themselves.
What would you say you're looking for in a real one?
It's right here, man. Snow bunnies.
Oh, you like the white women?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, that's why you're here, and I'm happy to have you here.
These type of niggas be just liking a big white hose, for. Yeah, like you see niggas like this with big white hoes, they be getting married so they can take their little checks and shit.
Now let's go for this. In relationships, there are heartbreakers, deal breakers, red flags. What's something you wouldn't tolerate in a relationship?
I don't date black women.
Well, okay, that doesn't have anything to do with a deal breaker. So can you focus on qualities, not color, but qualities you don't like?
Okay, well, I don't like a loud woman.
Okay.
White women are quiet. Black women are loud.
So give me a quality. So you don't like loud.
Yes.
You want a submissive woman.
Yes.
You have one more.
Yes.
Without color.
I like nice hair.
This is a problem. You like white women only because you dislike black women. Now that's a whole different story. I don't know how to speak from a perspective of a nigga like that. I don't think I've ever seen a nigga like this, or at least a nigga be openly like this. That's kind of crazy.
Well, I could rub my fingers through it. You know what I mean?
I'm pretty sure it's a common stereotype that people think black women are loud and people think white women are the opposite. What I can say in my time of dealing with both, like I said, I was in a hood, so take that with a grain of salt. Majority of black women I was around were very loud, to say the least, but they're very beautiful women. I'm not gonna lie, like in the hood there's very, 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 very beautiful women. They just happen to be a certain way that, you know, I ain't really fuck with personally. As far as personality traits go, I really like very, very, very soft and feminine women. So when I came to Wisconsin, that was a difference to me, because I realized like the women just treated me differently. They spoke to me with a lot more respect. So I'm not saying as a whole like black women are just this way, but in my experience and what I've experienced, like being in two different places, like completely different places, that's my big takeaway. But I feel like if I was able to go to a majority black place right now, especially like a place like Atlanta or like anywhere down south, I feel like I'd be able to, you know, meet a lot of black women who are, you know what I'm saying, very nice, soft, feminine women. So I think it goes both ways. It just really depends what your experience is, I think.
Okay. White women hair silky. Black women nappy wigs falling all off at the club. You know what I mean?
Number 3, they are doing it out of spite to black women because they don't like black women and they want to show them that, hey, I got a white woman.
Listen to me when I'm talking to you lot. I'm listening. Because you lot don't like to listen. I'm listening. I don't date black women because you don't like to get put in your place.
Which place?
These women, let me say this right now. These women, well, I'm actually not attracted to the one on the right. I'm just being honest. But these women are very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. Now, I don't know this clip. I really don't know what the fuck's going on. Maybe he's showing her being loud or whatever the fuck. all I'm gonna say is, I think black women, as far as like beauty goes, if I was just picking women based off beauty, I think that colored women in general, and what I mean by colored is like Mexican included, and you know, anything with color, I find colored women way more physically attractive. Like when I see a colored woman, I think it's easier for them to be attractive to me. You know what I'm saying? Physically. But as far as like personality, that's where a lot of, you know, the shit comes in for me. And keep in mind, I don't really like go out of my way to talk to a lot of women of color, so I guess that could be a thing too. I kind of just like stick to what I'm used to. So a lot of people in my real life, they kind of just think I'm a snow bunny hunter, which is like not the case, but I could see how somebody would think that. My environment kind of just shaped my type, even though I really don't have a type. If I meet any woman of any race and they just treat me good and I find them attractive, I mean, shit, I'm willing to go as far as they'll go. But my whole point of pausing right now was just to say, a black woman is usually my ideal, you know what I'm saying, what I'd want as far as what she looks like. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there's many races that look better than black women. But when it comes to just like the culture, I feel like black dating culture isn't great, and I don't want people to misinterpret what I say, but I just don't see a lot of healthy, you know what I'm saying, black relationships. I'm saying me personally, I obviously see it on like the internet, like fucking Obama, you know, LeBron. So you see cases of that, but just you don't see it as often. In my experience that I be having, it sort of just starts to make sense in my head. It's just like, you know what I'm saying, our women are just this way, and maybe there's some things I gotta do differently about myself to be able to connect with our women more. But that's the thing, like the attractiveness has never been the problem. I look at a black woman and I always, you know, I'd be like, okay, she's beautiful. It's always just been a personality thing. I don't really trip too much about looks, especially if the woman's like attractive.
Place. And when you get put in your place, you think you've got taught like a man.
That's why they were cheating on you then.
You're not men.
That's why they were cheating on you.
Stay in your place.
They cheated on you multiple times.
Yeah, I know.
Because
I know. And that's why I'm never going to be in your proper ever again. Yeah, I'm not with black women because you don't like to get put in your place.
Apologies,
listen. Apologies where?
Apologies.
Oh wait, you just wait. Did she just shoot? Did she just shoot? Go. Where's your hair?
Another thing that we could talk about is
crazy.
It seems like some of the most successful black men go for white women or women of other races. I won't necessarily say this to be true, as I'm gonna put some stats up on the screen, but majority of men that make over 100K in the black community talk to other black women.
83% of married black men earning over $100,000 are married to black women. Okay, I like that.
That make over 100K in the black community talk to other black women. I will say that I do see a rise of athletes and college players that do talk to black women as black men. But I think we can break this down into very simple terms. Most of these D1 schools are predominantly white. Most of the women that they're interacting with are white women. And 9 times out of 10, they're not going to be talking to their high school girlfriends. So they gonna play in that snow. And my only concern with this is that these NBA players, football players, they're receiving life-changing money, generational wealth. So it's like, instead of keeping all of that money intact and going into the black community, they're just giving it right back. I'm sorry.
I use the Patrick Mahomes theory. Patrick Mahomes' dad, dark-skinned man, get with a white woman, then create athletic kids, one of the greatest quarterbacks ever. Very fair-skinned man gets with white woman. Boom, and then now look at his kids. His kids look completely white, and what are those kids more likely to align themselves with? Other white people. And so now we just took away our talent in millions of generational millions and gave it back to white community.
Now let's move on to the white man black woman combo. Like I stated with the biracial mom, contrary to that, a white man will embrace the woman's blackness. Her blackness is probably what attracted him to her. So a lot of the times the white man ends up like consuming that energy, and that is why the black girlfriend effect has been trending on TikTok.
I've definitely seen this.
All right, we got living proof that the black wife effect is real. Travis Kelce before, when he used to date black girls, apparently. Travis Kelce now, he dates Taylor Swift. He looked like he went from smelling like Creed to smelling like rich mahogany. He looks
like a police officer now.
Like the type of guy that might sit his nieces and nephews on his lap and tell them a story before bed. He looks like the type of guy that smokes a pipe and wears slippers at home. Magnum PI vibes. I'm getting Magnum PI vibes, guys.
It's funny because it's like just an ordinary white dude and then he just turns into a swagged out, cool looking guy. This was just a quick video that I wanted to break down about interracial couples, specifically black and white. And listen, do what makes you happy. Just do not put down another group of people to justify your dating. Also,
Word. Shout out Antonio Speaks, man. Hey, if y'all want to see more content like that, make sure y'all leave a like. I'll just make sure I see y'all in the next video. Peace out, Wolf fam.